Hello, fifth grade. We are on our second page of language. I did get some feedback yesterday that said that things were going great with the language video, and so I do hope that is the case for all of you, but don't forget, if you need help, just reach out to me. So today we're going to do a language, page 77. We're just going to do Think A. Pretty simple, right? So what we're going to do is a couple of things. One, you need to underline your subject one time and your verb 2 times. So remember, ask yourself the action, then ask yourself if there's a state of being, and ask yourself if there is a helping verb, okay? That gives you your verb base. Then, who or what is doing that action? That is your subject. So go ahead and single underline that subject. Then you're going to ask yourself the questions for direct object and indirect object. Okay, so with direct object is ask what or whom is the direct verb from. So who is getting the action, okay? So ask whom or what, let me change that, is getting the action, right? Okay. Then for the indirect verb, you're going to do the same thing. Ask to whom, for whom, to what, or for what the action verb is done. So those are the questions you have to ask to make sure you're getting your direct object and indirect object done. So let's go ahead and do a couple together. Ready? So number 1, it says, give me your attention. Well, here's my eyes. I'm looking at you, right? You know that my subject is you because I'm giving you a command with my bug eyes, right? So it says, give me your attention. What would my action verb be? That would be give, right? So give is my action verb. Double underline that. You is my understand you for my subject. So put understood you in the parentheses. And then we need to ask ourselves the question, okay? Who am or what am I giving? I am giving attention. So that is my direct object. So write attention on the direct object line. Then you need to say, well, whom am I giving my attention to? To me, right? So you're giving it to me, right? So then me is my indirect object. So go ahead and put me on the line. Okay, let's do number 2. Will you read us a story? So first, let's start with what's my action? Read, right? But hey, is there any helping verb? Yes, there is. Will. Don't forget your helping verbs, right? You got to stay with those, okay? So double underline will and read. Then go ahead and ask yourself, well, who will read? You. So go ahead and underline you one time for our subject. Now you're going to ask yourself, what am I going to read? Or what will you read? You will read what? A story. So put story as our direct object that's receiving the reading, right? That is the story. So then we need to ask ourselves, well, who or what is going to get the story read to? So that would be us, right? They're going to read the story to us. So us is our indirect object. So put that one on the line. How are we doing? Pretty good so far? Okay. Good. Okay. So now we're going to go with number 3. Miss Bradley gave Megan her assignment. So let's start. What is our action verb? Gave, right? So double underline gave. Then we have what is our subject? Who was doing the giving? Mrs. Bradley, right? Single underline Mrs. Bradley. Now ask yourself, what is Mrs. Bradley giving? She's giving assignment, okay? So assignment is our direct object. Write it on the line. Now, what or whom is she going to give that assignment to? She's going to give that assignment to Megan, right? So put Megan on the line. So we've done 3. How are we doing so far? I think you guys have got this. This is a pretty, just keep asking yourself whom or what. However, let's do number 4 because I see a little something unique about it. Okay. Number 4, she carefully studied the math lesson. She carefully studied the math lesson. Okay, what is my verb? Studied, right. Double underline studied. Then look at it and say, who was doing the studying? She was doing the studying. Okay, great. There's our subject. Underline our she. Awesome. Now, what is she studying? She's studying a lesson. So lesson is our direct object. Put that on the line. So who or what is the lesson going to? Wait. Ask to whom the lesson is going to or studying. Ask her whom or to what or for what the action verb is done. Well, I'm not actually seeing another like noun or subject between studied and math lesson, am I? I'm not. That means that there is no indirect object because it's not going to somebody. Like before, Mrs. Bradley gave the assignment to Megan. See how in the one before, between gave and assignment, there's Megan? But guess what? Between studied and the math lesson, there's no other person or thing. So it's not going to anybody. That means there's no indirect object. So I'm going to warn you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Throughout the rest, there are 4 more that do not have an indirect object, okay? So let's see if you can figure those ones out. Just check between the verb and the direct object. Is there another noun, a person, place, thing, something that is going to? And then you'll know. If it doesn't have anything there, you know there's no indirect object. So if you have any questions regarding this, let me know. Give me a call and we'll get through it. But I think you guys are going to do great. So please complete all of Think A on page 277, and then you'll be good to go with language. Awesome. I'll see you guys tomorrow regarding language.